Hello, welcome to Brighten Your Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lois Walcott, and we are studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. You don't have to be religious, these lessons are for holistic living. Today's lesson is an exciting one. I know I've said that a million times before, but I'm really excited about this one. It's about a farming technique. There are much more in the lesson. It's really about resting, but I like the fact that it deals with rest in the land. We are going to study this lesson in Exodus chapter 23, verses 10 to 12. And we dealt with resting before, since in Genesis, when God created the earth in 6 days and rested the seven. This is kind of amplifying it. But I like it because it's dealing with the land and the oxen and the animals and people. So I'm going to read it to you. Exodus chapter 23, verses 10 to 12. And 6 years thou shalt sow thy seed, thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard, and with thy olive yards. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, on the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy maidservant and the stranger may be refreshed. So here it's telling us the importance of resting. We're going to rest the land, I guess. So whatever is growing wild or whatever, the poor people will be able to come in and have something to eat. But the land also will be rested from the tilling and the exposure to the sun and all that rigorousness that goes into planting, and farming. So we're going to rest the land in the 7th year. We're going to rest on the 7th day, not just for us, but so that the strangers that's with us can rest as well. And our servants' children, our servant and our servants' children can also rest, and our animals can rest. Because you don't want to walk your animals to the ground. You don't want to walk your tools or anything to the ground. We need a day to rest. But for me, I've had the rest lesson in Genesis. Now I'm seeing another reason why we need to rest, which is why I thought I should bring it up. We have to rest the land. I know when my mom, their farming practice in Carriacou, they rest certain portions of the land. So this year they'll plant corn and peas here. Then they rest it next year and the year after. So there is some sort of rest going on for the land. When back then, I don't know what happens now. Back when I was growing up, they used to rest different portions of the land, and it's very important for the land to rest because so it can rebuild the nutrition that's needed to grow the fruits. I know people now, they use a lot of artificial fertilizers and stuff, so maybe they don't see a need for the land to rest. But I remember passing by many plots of land, and people saying this piece of land's resting, and the principle is right here, and I like it very much. We can't overburden anything, and that's caring for the environment, letting the land rest. There are people that believe in wild gardens and so on, but even when the garden's resting, growing wild, the butterflies and stuff, the wildflowers attract butterflies. Whereas when you have your and all kinds of insects, when you have your crop for feeding yourself or for commercial reasons, you don't want any pest around. So most people use pesticides. So imagine this rest is going to allow nature to regenerate, revive itself. And the same way for the people who are working with you. I hope you liked this lesson. I hope you see it. I hope you can appreciate it and you can apply it, especially if you're a farmer. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have yourself a very good day. Bye-bye now.